What's up, guys? It's your boy DopeRandy back at it again with another episode of the F124 Career Mode. Episode number 50. This is the 50th episode, and we have reached the end of the season. And you know, when the music comes on, you know, a major announcement is to be coming. And I have decided that you can kind of, if you've been listening to the foreshadowing I've been doing, and the way that I've been doing my upgrades, you can kind of see this coming, but I will officially not run a third season. This will be the last episode of the series. Unfortunately, due to a couple of reasons, really. The first one, actually, there's three reasons. The first reason is just time. To do a episode takes, from start to finish, takes I want to say the good part of 3 to 4 hours, and it's getting to the point where there's other stuff to do. I am busy. I just don't really have the consistent time for it, unfortunately. Number two, the fact that the interest is just not there. The interest is just not there. The views have been way down. Unfortunately, not many people just like to see F124, especially when F125 is out, and I've done the season now twice. Even though we've gotten a lot better, and we've been up towards the front, and they like the first season, you kind of had an excuse of me just sucking ass, and that was the excuse. And no one wanted to watch. But now we've gotten better and all that, the new game cycle and everything. And it's just not popular on my channel, so unfortunately I am gonna... That's another reason. And the final reason is the fact that those just other projects I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna do. Stay tuned. Of course, we always have the Dope Dinner, and we have... I know I'm bringing the fourth wall here, but the Dope Dinner and the Wyoming series, but there's also other projects inbound, and it kind of correlates to the first reason in that if I just do all of my projects, I don't have time for all of them, and unfortunately this would be the one that would kind of draw the short straw. But I did have an insane amount of fun doing all this stuff for 50 episodes. I mean, we went from 15 points to 300. We gained 300 points exactly from one season to the second season. We went from 14th in the table to third in the table. And we got Gasly's Gasly's been... Now, we all gonna go to the next season just to see what would have happened. Just because...
You're not currently in a rivalry. Sooner or later, you'll probably be asked by the media who you consider to be... Thanks for stepping in and helping handle it.
I couldn't care less, pal. Just give me to the end of the season. Finish the season. I will say that was a shame how we basically got no... I mean, we got 15 million for finishing fifth in the Constructors. That's just shit time. 6 wins, 10 poles, 315 points in P3. Don't mind the other tribal. We had to do stuff. Ollie Behrman didn't want to show up anyway. So we signed on Jamie Chadwick, but yeah. That's why we're shutting down, is because Ollie didn't want to drive. just to see what would have happened. Alright. Oh shit, look at that. Yeah, we really went for it and it shows because we all last again. But still, that's the decision that I made. That's the decision we made way back when. Just to see, because I want to see who replaced Pio Gasly in the Alpine. Yuki Tsunoda. So who replaced him in the Cash App call? Teo Porcheo is the new driver. So that would have been interesting. And yeah, I mean, yeah, that's to be expected. Look at that. Yeah, like I said, like I said, the foreshadowing was there. So I didn't plan for a third season. I just went. It's basically like if you're at the end of a dynasty on Madden, and you know there's only one season left, so you just trade away all your young picks and all of your young players and draft picks to get good at this second. That's exactly what we did. Now, with that said, I don't think it would have made a difference, really. I think we still would have finished 5th. Because the gap was ginormous. 5th in the constructors, I should say. We would have been 3rd. Let's see, we were only 3rd. Let's see. Can I not do math? We were 48. No, way off. No, 53. We were 53 points. We were 53 points ahead of Lando Norris. 2 full races. And you're telling, like, we would have won Singapore and USA. Mexico would have been, Brazil would have been, Vegas would have been, yeah. I don't think anything would have really changed. Nothing would have really changed that much. We still probably would have been on for 3rd place. Maybe not the constructors, but it really wouldn't have mattered anyway. Still would have gotten what we got. Look at the drop. That's an insane drop. But nah. Just some final thoughts. Our final statistics. Through 48 races. I can't count. 48 races. Of course, we didn't get a driver's championship. Dude, that would have been almost impossible. Because, yeah, we won 6 times and we still finished. We still finished 43 points behind Charles Leclerc. Like, and that was with a 2 DNFs just lumped in there. It was on a platter, we just couldn't take advantage. But nah, in 48 races, 0 drivers' championships, 0 constructor championships. Obviously, that was going to be way too difficult. 13 poles, which, I mean, that's an insane amount of poles. That's more than a quarter. Averaging one out of every 4 races, we would have gotten the pole, which is crazy. That is Hall of Fame level of status right there, getting the pole more than 25% of the time. 340 points in F1, 48 races. So that would be, let's see, around, I wish I could do them. I wish I have a calculator like that. So That's average. We would basically averaging points every race. 7 to 8 points a race, which is insane. 6 wins. They all came in the second season. We won at Canada in the rain, Austria, which, yeah, Canada was in the rain for like 75% of it. Austria was about the last 5 laps was in the rain, but we was out front anyway. Singapore was just a clear domination, no rain. Same thing at USA, at Coda, just no rain, domination. Vegas and Qatar both had similar things, except where we led every lap, it was a pure masterclass. The only difference is at Vegas, there was a late safety call that changed the race, but we got it. We held off Charles Leclerc, and Qatar was just a shit show in terms of the field. I mean, it is insane though, because look back at it here. We could not get out of our own, we finished. It was bad. Like, really bad. I guess where we started to turn the page was Spain. Even though it was a rain race, but that's where we started to turn the page. And then Austria. But we started to get faster and faster, even though the results don't show. Then we finally got our first points at Azerbaijan. Singapore, we got our first pole. And had a good chance at points until we ran out of gas. And then it was just... It is crazy how we go from 20th at Qatar to P1 at Qatar. And the only thing I'm seeing here is that there's some... I mean, we didn't get points at... We didn't finish Monaco at all. We didn't finish Monaco in either race. The most prestigious race, but you know what? It is what it is. And we also DNF'd only 3 times. Oh, I'm at the wrong one. We only DNF'd once this season at Monaco. All the other races we finished, even though, like, Hungary was bad. Hungary and Belgium was a shit, and Brazil, in terms of just, and Miami, I mean, because all got into a wreck and just a shit show. At least we finished, because, yeah, like, Wimbledon, Monaco, obviously. Italy, we didn't even complete 5 laps. Brazil, same thing. So, we were there. Of course, our car is going to be, compared to the others, it's not going to be as good, but damn it, we put on a hell of a show for the fans, and that's all we wanted, and that's what we gave them, by God. Average finish of 12th, average grid of 9th, drove over 8,000 miles, 15 fastest laps, which, again, that's almost that's almost a third of the race. Basically, 1 out of every 3 races, we got a fastest lap in, which is insane. And we drove just about 2,400 laps. As a final remark, I will say I am satisfied with my performance here. I did not expect to do this good, especially in the second. I am stunned that we got 315 points. And once I saw the opportunity, we had to go for it, especially with the game dying off as it did. I figured we would be somewhere along the Lance Stroll to Esteban Ocon category. That, yeah, the little just outside of the top 10, but by God, up to P3 from P14. That's a 300-point improvement. That's insane. That's absolutely insane. And I can call it a day. I can take my 22.5 million and the cars that I have now. They're all up for sale. They're all up for sale. Can you retire? I wonder what would happen. I've always wondered what would happen if you shut down this. Shut it down. Shut it down. I am blessed to be a part of this, but my time here was done, and fair play F124. Fair play to Charles Leclerc, who just happened to win both championships, and Ferrari swept Season 1 and Season 2, which is insane. But they did deserve it. They were the class of the field. Especially Charles Leclerc. Leclerc was like God in this game. Or in this franchise, in this career. He was like God in this career. But they were on top of the mountain. But I believe that's going to do it. I appreciate you guys so much for watching all 50 episodes. They're never going to go away. You can always watch them anytime you want. I have the playlist for Season 1 and 2 at your disposal at all times if you ever want to reminisce on the good times and laugh at the bad times. But, yeah, guys, this is DopeRandy. Dortmund Autosport. You can see there's no one working on we're done. Dortmund Autosport and DopeRandy are done. Everyone's left the building. Literally, everybody has left the fucking building. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Again, I'm gonna miss y'all. Y'all have a good one. Love y'all. On to the next adventure, boys.